Hello everyone, my name is FlareBlitzed and welcome back to Ms.Director. If I knew I was going to die like this, I would have worn something more extravagant. But now I'm doomed to wander eternally in my fourth best evening gown. Because you're rich and you have about at least 20 different evening gowns to wear throughout the month. Or sorry, about 28 or 29 or 30 or 31 of them. What could I possibly have done to deserve this? Oh no, this is all Patricia's fault. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't take that stupid role. My career would have been tarnished so badly. Speaking of Patricia, god damn it, Fizz, she really done that up here. She ruined my career, took everything from me. I hope she rots. I'm right here. Why? If I ever say, talk to yourself as usual, Jonah. You really just can't let go of the past, can you? It's not my fault you couldn't dig your reputation out of that hole you made. Really. I would have thought you moved on by now. Move on? Move on? I'll move on when you apologise. Me? Apologise? As if I hadn't slandered me to the tabloids in every interview since that day. I'm not sure what they're going on about, by the way. As if you hadn't been dead set on destroying my career for the past year. It's not my fault the only way you can get roles is by flirting with the casting directors. Speaking of, what are you doing here anyhow? This doesn't seem your kind of gig. Same as you, I presumed. Work was slow and I needed a job to keep the lights on. You? Desperate for work? I'm surprised. And why is that? I figured for as long as street corners still existed, you'd be able to find plenty of work. Oh, you're the one to talk. Maybe next time you accuse someone of being a whore, you'll dress a bit more conservatively. Otherwise, you just look like the pot calling the kettle back. Well, I'll have you know, this assemble was tailor-made for me and is on the cutting edge of fashion. Cutting edge, I'd agree. If the hem of your dress was cut any higher, then you'd be on the edge of committing public indecency every time you sit down. Oh, just admit you're jealous already. As if I'd ever be jealous of a fousey like you. You're the one who's jealous. That's why you stole every goddamn love I ever had. Just couldn't stand to see me happy for even a minute. Stop. Right, as if it's my fault your dreadful personality drove him away. Don't try and pin it on me that you couldn't manage to keep a steady relationship. That's all your own fault. I'm done talking to you. As am I. Well, these ghosts... Am I missing something? Yeah, the context of what the hell happened to these two. I feel like I'm missing something here. We had a rivalry going on for at least a few years now. She's dead set on trying to ruin my career for no reason, and I refuse to take it lying down. Oh, don't try and play that. That's all there is to it. You know precisely what you did. I'm sorry, was I talking to you? We should really just go. I'm doubtful there's anything we could do to help her. If she's so dead set on wallowing in self-pity and being mad about her past, we should just leave her be. We still need to talk to her, though. She might have something useful about the director, or something we need. If you insist, I'll wait by the door and we can get moving once you're done interrogating her. Well, that seems to be the case, and nothing useful here. Well, it seems like we're going solo on this one. Another one of them pretty flower paintings the director's got all over the place. Really livens up the joint. And I wish I could be of more help, but dealing with divas can be near impossible. Best of luck. Oh, so now you're talking to me? Don't get used to it. I'm only asking you because I know Patricia is currently unavailable. Now just tell me what's all happened so I talked to Patricia last so I can update her file. What about mine? Yours isn't relevant anymore. Now, are you going to tell me or not? Fine, I get it. One gets it. We're just gonna scour this place beforehand, you know. An empty wine glass, huh? Well, it seems like there should be 2 wine glass holders then. And just who the hell are you? Detective Ida Brainbridge, madam. I've been looking into all the murder and mayhem going on in this here mansion, and I feel like you might just be able to help me. Oh, I don't believe that for a second. Eh? I'm telling you the truth. I'm a certified private eye. Really now? A girl your age is running around solving murders? Well, guess what, okay? Anybody at most ages can do a job like this. Just because I look 21 does not mean that I cannot be a detective. Age presumptuousness is the worst. Or one of the worst things. Other worst things. Sorry, but I find that hard to believe. Hey, I'm not that young. I'm the best detective this town's have ever seen. Oh, you don't say. Well, why don't you prove it to me then? Since detective work comes so easily to you, I'm sure a smart girl like you would have no problems solving something simple as, oh, I don't know, solving how I died? Yeah, I could totally find that out. No problem. Give me just 1 sec. Take your time. Great. Lovely. I love it when I'm not given any useful hints. Well, I'm sure that we could just go about this place and, yeah. Yeah, let's go. Nope, not kidding. Oh my god. Ms.Director contacts a dead with a damn kid's toy? That's hilarious. Play with the spirit board, absolutely. Patricia puts her hands on the planchette, which we picked up from the wardrobe that is just to the left of the current room which we fell down into. Can't believe I'm doing this. Are there any spirits here who would like to talk? I'll be damned, the planchetta's moving. Oh shoot, what are they saying? It's spelling out something. Nice. Nah, I just stopped messing with the board. You totally fell for it. Come on, doll. I'm a guy standing right next to someone playing with a spirit board. How can I resist messing with you? Just, never mind. Let's get going. No need to stick around. Absolutely. And are there any spirits trapped here besides Ida that would like to communicate? Move slightly. I swear if you're moving it again. Ain't me this time, doll. No. Goodbye. Oh. Well, guess that answers that question. You? I wonder if you're the one that's doing it. We're not taking it with us. I wasn't planning on it. I was just saying it looks pitiful is all. Grab a doll while Ida isn't looking. Right, we picked up the rag doll and shove it in her pocket while Ida is distracted. We did it, okay? We got that one last try. There, with a jolt, the panther scoots across the board back to goodbye. Maybe we should stop fiddling with a creepy spirit board. Just a thought. Oh dear. What part of no goodbye do you not understand? Hello? Haven't you done enough damage already? Well then, you're definitely not who I was expecting. Sorry for bothering you, but who were you expecting? It's nothing. You're expecting someone like the master of this place? Just been a while since I've seen anyone around here in general. You're trapped here too, aren't you? For the past 30 years or so, yeah, I've lost count, honestly. After a while, you stop bothering trying to keep time. 30 years? Geez, guess Ms.Director's been at this longer than we thought. Director? Wait a minute. Who are you two talking about? And what the hell has she been up to? Has it really been that long? Miss Josephine Valentine? Film director? Shameless murderer? Ring a bell? You have to be kidding me. That stupid brat's a director now? That's what she spent her uncle's money on? So, I'm guessing you two are acquainted? Unfortunately, yeah. I knew her when she was just a kid. She was a spoiled little brat. Couldn't stand not getting her way. When she managed to get in here and find out a Ouija board, I was excited at first. Maybe she'd help me move on to the afterlife, you know? But of course not. She was just a tiny blank grilling me for answers about death. Disrespectful kid didn't even know how to close a session right. Eventually I figured out just who she was. She's a grandkid of a woman who used to own this house. Angela Valentine. Crazy old bat. How did you know her? Please tell me she's famous now or something. Infamous would probably be more fitting. She's an awful director. She invited me here just to kill me as far as I can tell. Same here, though she succeeded in killing me, as you can no doubt tell. Of course, she had to get me while my back was turned, otherwise I would have walloped her. Well, it's been lovely chatting, but I'm just going to settle down again. It's going to be a long eternity. Maybe we can help? You mentioned wanting to move on, right? Maybe we could help? You're joking. I've been stuck here for a couple of decades now. What makes you think you can just waltz in here and make everything better? Because a part of it is the fact it's a good thing to allow somebody like you to move on. But also as well, we need help in order to catch this murderer down. I've got a fairly good track record so far. And it couldn't hurt to try, right? I guess not. Alright. Come back and talk to me if you come up with an idea of how to help me move on. You know what? We'll do just that. We'll do just that. We just haven't saved in a while, so that's why we're going back to save it. Then we'll be able to do what it is that we need to do. With the lady that Patricia and that lady personally don't get along, I feel like there's something else we need to do for that one first, like how to solve the case. Any ideas? Can I ask you a few things? I suppose it'd be okay. How did you die? Well, for some reason you remind me a lot of someone else who asked me that question, but if you need to know, it was Mrs. Valentine, the previous owner of this house. She killed me a few months after her husband passed away. I think she might have sacrificed me to try and bring back her husband. Yeah, because that's how it works. I was knocked out beforehand, so hell if I know what happened afterward. And then for some reason she bound my spirit to a piece of trash over on the table. Maybe she blamed me for his death and wanted me to be punished. Or she was just a goddamn lunatic. I think the latter fits that equation more. Who knows, honestly. Any other questions? How did you know the director? She used the Ouija board to talk to me often. When the girl asked me how I died, I only managed to spell out Grandma. Must have been much weaker then. She assumed that I meant that I was Grandma instead of Grandma murdered me, which is fair. Things can easily get lost in translation with a cheap spirit board. The kid had the weirdest obsession with her. Kept asking questions about death and things she read down in the library. She asked a lot about the basement. I told her over and over to not go there. I've seen the things they do to people down there. Hell, I've had a front row seat to the horror show. Catch that mid-ritual once while looking for a spare mop, and next thing you know you're part of a cult, whether he wants to join or not. Cult? Let's change the subject. Any other questions? Now, I want to know more about this cult. Who are you? My name's Doris. I used to be a maid here. Not much to tell. Come on now. Surely there's more to your story than that. As much as I'd love to sit here tell you about my life story for the next hour, I think I'll pass. Any other questions? Never mind. Can you give me a hint how I can help? If I had any idea how to free myself from this place, do you think I really still be here? Fine. I'm guessing we need to find more clues. What? Who are you? And how did you get in here? So we only encounter this ghost after encountering the one that's been made. So now this has been nurse, I imagine. Who are you? And how did you get in here? I thought the door was locked. Well, can you help me? I can't seem to remember. Where am I? I've been stuck in this room for so long I don't remember what time it is. Is there anything you can remember? I remember my name, and that I'm a nurse, but that's about it. Though, that's just because the name tag on my nurse uniform says Madeline. Classic case of amnesia, can't say I'm too surprised. If a director bumped her off with a good blow to the noggin, that'd probably explain it. If I don't see anything heavy enough, that'd be a good weapon. Bumped off? Weapon? What are you talking about? Sorry, I was just kidding. Didn't mean to worry you. Just take a deep breath, alright? She's dead either. She can't breathe. Wait, I'm what? I'm just trying to be supportive. Exactly. Jeez. Do you ever think before you speak? Ever? Just wondering. I'm dead? Sorry to break to you, darling, but yeah. Can you look at your legs? Exactly. There's no legs. You're dead. What? I don't... Sheesh, calm down now. It's alright. I know it's scary, but you gotta stay calm, okay? I'm a ghost too. And this here's my friend Patty. Patricia! And we're gonna help you out. Right, Patty Cake? Don't call me that. I was just... Okay. Atta girl. Now, you up for some questions? Sure. I just need a minute. I'm really dead? Take your time, hon. And... Way to go, Pat. Look what you did. Why are you blaming me? Don't you know not to tell a ghost they're dead if they don't know it? She was going to find out sooner or later. And how was I to know if she wasn't aware already? Could it at least put it a little more delicately? We can't exactly help her if she's too in hysterics to talk to us. I get it. I'll try and be more careful from now on. Alright? Alright. Now, let's see if she's up for a little interview. An old beat-up book of fairy tales. Odd, I never would have taken Ms.Director for the sort to read this kind of stuff. Neither did I. Yes? Who are you? My name is Madeline, and I'm a nurse. At least I think. I wouldn't be very useful as one now, since I don't remember anything from my schooling. How did you die? How exactly did Patty? Ixney on the Ike day. Right, sorry. How can we help? I knew it must have been awful shaking up, sorry. Is there anything we could do to help? I don't know. I don't even remember how it happened. If you could at least figure out who I am, that would be helpful. Or find something that might jog my memory. Questions. Who are you? Jonah Joepsy? Professional actress. Beat Patricia daily in several magazine polls on popularity. Pleased to meet you. When did you die exactly? Oh, cutting right to the chase, are we? Honestly, I prefer not to talk about it. Still a sore subject for me. What did you know about the director? Not a lot. Said she was fresh out of film school and graduated with high marks. Was looking for a blonde beauty for the main character on her first film. Seemed like nice enough, man. She's really not giving me much to work with. Guess I have to look elsewhere. Yeah, a lot else to look around and stuff like that. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but we are done here for the moment. We have a lot to work with, but at the same time, not a lot of resources to help us out with. Reading this diary again, but these loose pages that have just fallen out were not here before. Dearest diary, I've played sick to try and get Uncle to let me leave the house to see the doctor. Alas, my plot was foiled. Apparently, my ever so clairvoyant uncle was hired and an in-house nurse. She said her name is Madeline and she's going to live here from now on. She's very sweet and asks a lot of questions, but I like her. She let me stay in the infirmary even after I lied about being sick. I think she's the first person I've talked to other than my stuffed animals in months. And going to the infirmary is one of the only times I can leave my room when Uncle's home. I really hope she stays. Looks like we found our friend's identity. Patricia takes a piece of paper from the diary. Cool beans, positively adorable. Come on now. So we've got ourselves a nurse, a professional actress, a maid, and a mobster loose around the house. So yeah, there's these things. I can't find the mobster ghost again, actually. Not gonna lie. I found something. Yes, I think we may have found something to jog your memory. Patricia hands her the diary page. I remember her. Josephine Valentine. The little girl I was hired to take care of. Her uncle was so angry all the time. He wanted nothing to do with her. And when he found out I'd been letting her roam the house while he was gone, he... It's alright, you don't have to tell us everything. The important thing is that you remember who you are now, right? Right. Thank you for helping me, miss. I'm sorry. What were your names again? The name's Bainbridge. Detective Ida Bainbridge. And I'm Patricia. Well, it's nice to meet you both. I wish there was some way that I could probably thank you. A kiss on the cheek is always a welcome token of gratitude. Ignore her. You don't owe us anything. We're just happy to help. Thank you. Yes. Let's see. Who are you? Madeline Wilson. I was trained to become a nurse when I was approached by Mr. Valentine for the job. He told me he had a sickly nurse who I'd care for. She was a sweet girl. For a bit shy at first, I hope she did alright after I was gone. My poor mother must be worried sick about me. Poor girl. I told her I'd be fine going on my own, but it looks like I was wrong. Will you be able to move on? I don't know for sure. I don't really have any reason to stick around, but I might have missed my chance. Could you tell my mother I'm sorry for me? Or just let her know what happened? Her name is Marianne Wilson. I'll pass the message along. Thanks. Can you tell us anything else about your past? What do you want to know? What was Josephine like? She was a sweet little girl, very active and curious. She loved listening to me read her stories. When her uncle was away, we'd even play tag in the main hall. She always had the oddest fascinations, though. She would ask me if I'd ever seen a person die and fixate on the more morbid nursery rhymes in her book. I figured it was because of her awful uncle. With his temper, I don't doubt she'd been threatened. After he found out that she had been faking sick to be let out, he insisted he would have to be present any time she needs to come to the infirmary. I saw her a lot less after that. Who hired you? Josephine's caretaker, Mr. Valentine. He never gave me his first name. He was an awful vile man, and so ungrateful. If not for my death, I would have taken her somewhere else, run off into the night. I'm doubtful he would have tried to come after us. How long did you work here? Just a few years. If memory serves me right, Josephine was just a child. I never got to see her grow up. Hope she's doing alright now. She's the director of this place and she's murdering everybody. Maybe that's for the best. That is all. Never mind. Nothing else. What else can we do to allow this poor nurse to move on? Along with the other characters of this game? Maybe we'll find our nurse's friend's real identity in this planner. That's odd. What's the matter? You found her? There's nothing here that even implies the director had some sort of hospital drama in the works. So our friend in the infirmary might not be an actress after all. The plot thickens. There has to be a record somewhere of other employees that have worked here, right? Or maybe she was mentioned in some sort of journal. Maybe I can find that lady's info in here too. What was her name again? Josephine. I'd have flipped through the planner. Damn it, nothing here. That can't be right. Maybe I remembered her name wrong. Jolene. Nada, gotta be forgetting something. Joanna. There, Joanna Jolips. Let's see. Role, experience, yada yada. There, reason for death. What's it say? Obnoxious prima donna. Impossible to work with. Wouldn't stop complaining about her ex. She was so busy rambling she didn't notice the piano wire around her neck. Sounds like Jonah, alright. I sort of feel sorry for her. Time to head back with our findings. Great. Fantastic. Just wrapped up, actually. Came here to tell you what I found. Oh, you have? Well, no sense in keeping me waiting. How did you think I died? Simple. It was strangulation. Strangulation? You were so busy talking, you didn't even notice one of her goons slipped some piano wire around your neck. And just like that, you took your last breath. Well, how'd I do? You're right. Now that I've proved my credentials, how about we have a little chat? Fine, I'll answer whatever you want to know. What kind of movies you do? A little of everything, darling. Primarily romances, with the occasional noir. The number of directors I've had tripping over themselves wants to hire me as some sort of femme fatale or lady criminal is hilarious. I could never get into character though, so I had to turn them down. I could never be that manipulative. What movies you and Patty worked on together? We worked together as supporting characters on plenty of occasions, playing showgirls and love interests, the usual pretty girl roles. But last time we worked together was also our first film where we were the main stars. Our characters were bitter rivals, but off-screen we had gotten very close. Sounds familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on it. What did you say it was called again? It was called Cats and Canaries. I remember that movie, it was god-awful. Shall we just say that? Nah. Thank you, darling. Even with a garbage director and everyone else's terrible performance, I'm glad my town still managed to show through. Exactly how close were you and Patty? We were. Very well acquainted at the time. We would practice our scripts together in her dressing room and have drinks, talk about all sorts of things. I didn't speak to her again directly for a long time after filming wrapped up. She seemed to just move on. Let's see, how did you end up here? My manager quit after a disagreement we had, so I had to find casting calls on my own. After a couple of failed auditions and rejected scripts, I got a call from a director on the phone. She said she had a role perfect for me. And what was it? It was about a woman whose husband cheats on her, and then it makes her mission to frame her for murder and ruin his life. Okay, I get that sentence now. How nice. It was quite the comedy. She said the script had already been approved so the board wouldn't get in the way. Now, though, that I think about it, there's no way the script was up to code. Why are you so mad at her? I'd rather not get into it. Why don't you go ask Patricia? I'm sure she'd be happy to recount how she ruined my life. Really? I'm sure she'll have no problem telling you how exactly she ruined my life, Fireman. I need to ask you something. I guess it can hurt. What is it? What did you do to piss her off anyhow? I mean, you said you've all had a feud going on for a while now, but when did it start? Why don't you just ask her? She told me to come ask you. Fine, here's the whole story. We were co-stars for a movie a few years back. It bombed so hard at the box office that the company we worked for went belly up. Since then, she's sworn that I sabotaged the film somehow to try and destroy her career, so she's been trying to ruin mine. The whole lover stealing was just an unlucky coincidence though. My manager would set me up with one of her exes for a film, or a tabloid would snap a photo. And by that time I was so mad I just went along with all of it to hurt her. I thought we had left on good terms after filming wrapped. We've gone on so well during it, and then suddenly I was seeing her bad-mouthing me to tabloids, among other things, and I wasn't going to go down without a fight, so I called her out on it. Then she started trying to steal roles out from under me, and it just kept going until there was all-out feud. Directors and co-workers picked sides. Things got messy for a while. It calmed back down after the tabloids got bored, but she never did give up on it. Sometimes I wonder if she even really enjoyed being around me, if she was just waiting until filming wrapped to start a fight and use it to get attention. Sorry, I probably said too much. Huh? Well, thanks for the info. Well then, with this newfound info, let's see what we have to say. Well, Patty said she didn't know what she did to piss you off in the first place. Said that after filming, you were pissed about about the movie flopping and blamed her. It'd be just like that harpy to leave out anything that'd make her look bad. You wanna know the truth? What? I don't know if you caught on earlier, but in case you're dense, me and Patricia were in a relationship during film. Or at least I thought we were. I mean, if not then, what were we? But it doesn't matter now. Because guess what happened as soon as filming wrapped up? I see that floozy hanging off of some new guy's arm, laughing and talking like they'd known each other for years. Didn't even try to return any of my calls. She acted like she didn't even know me. Nice way of letting me know our time together didn't mean blank to you. Jeez, yeah, I can see why you're pissed now. But really, it's funny. She goes around saying I went and stabbed her in the back when she's the one who left me hanging out to dry. All those evenings together. Everything we shared. What a waste. Excuse me a sec. I've got to go ask Pat a few questions. Don't let me stop you. Well then, why the hell didn't you tell me she was your ex? What are you yelling about? You went and broke Jonah's heart. She told me everything. Why did you tell me it was this complicated? It's no wonder she went all revenge crazy. Hold on, let me get this straight. Jonah told you we were lovers? And I cheated or something and that's why she's mad? Yeah, that's about it. Oh, of course she'd cook up a lie like that for sympathy points. We had a fling during filming, but that was all. A short backstage romance. It wasn't a real relationship. I thought she'd understood that. Well, obviously she thought it was something more, and you need to go apologise. For what, a misunderstanding? I doubt she'd even hear me out. You gotta at least try, Pat. I'm not going to apologise for things I never even did. We were never together, and I wasn't even dating the man she said I cheated with. I don't even like men that way. You still broke her heart, and still tried to ruin her career. As retaliation for what she did to me, trying to ruin my reputation, still don't excuse you moving on along without even having a proper goodbye and never speaking to her again. You gotta own up to what you did, Pat. Oh, come on, Ida, don't be like that. Heartbreak happens all the time in Hollywood. She should have known what she was getting into. How was I supposed to know she thought it was more than it was? Am I only moved on quickly because my manager had set me up with him to try and repair my image? You understand, don't you? I didn't mean to hurt her. It just kind of happened. Ida, cut it out. Fine, I'll apologise. Just stop staring at me like that, will you? Glad we could come to an agreement. The silence treatment really works. Really works. Patty's got something she wants to say to you. That's so. Patricia, Joanna. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you misunderstood our relationship and got your feelings hurt. Oh no, and I guess for dragging your name through the mud. But really, you should have expected it after what you... After I what? You deserved it after what you put me through. Do you have any idea how much of a PR nightmare your little tell-alls were? Oh, that's rich coming from you, as if pretending I was nobody wasn't enough. You had to go and try and make sure I never worked again. Okay, ladies, just calm down. I should have never trusted you to begin with. You always were a selfish blank when we would work together, and I should have seen it coming. Oh, that's a laugh. I'll let you borrow my makeup and drink my champagne, and a knife in my back is my thanks. Oh, excuse me for not being grateful for your endless generosity after you threw me away like trash. My mistake. Listen, you know the reason that movie failed was because of your wooden acting. Oh, spare me, as if your performance was anything to write home about. At least I knew how to work with a bad script. But why should I expect better from an airheaded narcissist like you? Airheaded? You're the one to talk. I love this drama. That's enough! If you two want to sit here and argue over stupid BS until Patty dies so you can blank for an eternity be my guest, don't let me stop you from being miserable. But I ain't sticking around for another goddamn minute of it. I'm going to wait outside in case you two finish your little spat before the next damn century. I prefer to keep my one chance of getting all of us out of this cheap dollhouse of a purgatory. But you know, your all's pride and vendetta are obviously more important. And so, true to her word, Ida stood outside the prior door. Leave him be. Ida stood guard outside the prior, resisting the urge to eavesdrop on Patricia and Joanna's conversation. She didn't want to get risky in court. She could still hear bits and pieces from where she was in the hallway, though. A lot of the end accusatory terms being thrown around before it died down as a low mumble. Then silence. Oh, dearie me, and soon after that, Patty returned. Well, did you two make up? We're on better terms now. And she gave me this key she found. That's all. Oh, come on, Patty. You're really just gonna leave me in the dark? Yes, because it's none of your business to begin with. Well, I did help get her to open up in the first place, so I think I at least deserve to know if my efforts were wasted. By screaming at us? I mean, it worked, didn't it? Your efforts weren't in vain. I apologized and she moved on. That's all. Happy? Alright, I won't pry, but, Paddy, yes. You got some lipstick on your cheek. Just kidding. You should have seen the look on your face. Very funny. Let's just see if we can find what this key opens. Are you sure she moved on? Oh, she did move on, actually. Crikey, maybe we should have peeked in then. Who knows? But I was ungrateful. Ungrateful with what she said. Ah, that would be the clue. Lockbox key. The one which is way too delicate for our ghost friend's hands to be able to try and decipher. This is the one. A tiny lock that calls for a tiny key. Seems about the right size. That's what she said. I couldn't resist that joke. Patricia puts a key in the box's lock and opens it. It's another key. Oh man, I was hoping it'd be a fat stack of cash. What would you even spend it on? One of them real fancy headstones with the little statues and angel wings on them. And with the leftovers, a bunch of expensive jewelry and stuff to bury with me. Like I was a pharaoh or something. Real shame, but it's just a key that opens a room that might lead to us getting out of here. What awful luck! Well, at least we've got something else to work with. Library key, sorry. Library King. We are now the queens of the library. Let us go there then. Hey, it fits, lucky us. There we go, the heavy-duty door has now been unlocked. Ida, why are you just standing there by the door? I guess this is a no ghosts allowed area or something, because I can't seem to get through this threshold. That's weird. Let me take a look. Interesting. There's a seagull on the doorframe. What's it on the doorframe? A symbol of some kind infused with magical properties to serve a purpose. It's pretty basic, but I guess it's here to keep spirits out of the library. Oh, come on. I finally managed to get free reign on the place, and now I get locked up by stupid little doodles. Just wait here while I go take a look around, alright? Won't take me a minute. Fine, guess I'll be waiting here then. She's real angsty now. Always best to choose carefully when picking out a library book. After all, you only get to check out so many at a time. And after the 5th overdue you best hope the books you picked are worth never being able to go to the library ever again. Would you like me to save your progress? Absolutely. It's a typewriter with a sheet sticking out that has a riddle typed up on it. Poor people have it. Rich people need it. If you eat it, you die. Okay. Poor people have it. Rich people need it. If you eat it, you die. Another riddle. 12 pale faces, none of which smile. 54 red hearts, but not one of them beats. 54 diamonds, and yet none of them glitters. You're a stack of cards. Nothing out of the ordinary, just another dusty bookshelf. Dusty bookshelf! Okay, Animated in the Inanimate Volume 1. Appears to be a documentation of a series of experiments trying to raise the dead, though most of them seem to end in failure. I'm more curious about the most of it, because it sounds like a few of them succeeded. I'm not sure I want to know where the author got all the cadavers he used to do these experiments in the first place. Let's see. Putting the romance and necromancy. Just from flipping through it, this book honestly just sounds like some creepy, desperately trying to justify his... Ugh! Necrophilia, disgusting, exactly. If you don't know what that is, I don't suggest looking it up. How to amass a cult following in 6 easy steps. They really do seem to have scummy books like this for everything, don't they? Right. The same books. Yeah. Oh, there's something here. Oh, it's a mobster girl. What brings you here? You don't seem to be the bookworm type. Looking for a way out still? Not sure what you think you'll find in here other than weird supernatural books, but don't let me stop you. Look, I'm just going to ask this right now. ask this right now. How did you get in here with a signal on the door? Let's see. 3 books are sticking out of place. The Tale of the Gambler and the Monk. Card Tricks for Children. A copy of Dracula. Let's see. We're not going to push in any of the books, okay? Some different books on cults and the ancient gods they worshipped. Creepy. Very creepy. Why would we need to push in these books? Dusty. Right. Why are we told to push in books? That's just what I'm going to say right now. Why do we need to push in books? There's a book on a Ouija board. Etiquette on the shelf. We'll read it. The ABCs of spirit board usage. Ask your questions in a loud, clear voice. Spirits can be hard of hearing. Be respectful of the spirits you're contacting, no matter how they act. The last thing you want is to upset an otherworldly entity. Exactly. And C. Close every session with a mantra on goodbye at all costs. Otherwise, you could risk leaving a portal open for all sorts of things to come through. If you absolutely must dispose of a spirit board due to a spirit or demon becoming too attached to it, remember to always cut it into 7 pieces before burning it. This will help detach the entity. Okay, well, at least we know now how to deal with that. Another tabloid. Who puts these everywhere anyways? Well, maybe the director did. Another riddle. He who makes me don't want me. He who buys me doesn't need me. He who uses me doesn't care. Somebody who is basically an F-boy. Right, there's a painting of that on there, and okay, this one's stuck on 951. What is it with this woman, her broken clocks? And at different times as well. Not gonna lie. Different times in the library, which indicates we're at a later point in the game. Okay, what's with these pushing books? Right, let's say before we put... Well, you can hear distant talking, but it seems nobody is at the phone. It sounds like they're having some sort of argument. What? Have any ideas what's up on the books on the bookshelves? Can't say I do. It's probably just a director couldn't be bothered to push them back in or clear old papers out of the typewriters. I love her one really, but she can be such a mess. I'll be seeing you, Daisy. Right, pushing the fairy tale. Nothing. Trick book. Okay, that's not weird at all. Dracula. No idea. Encyclopedia. There seems to be a combination of how these things must be pushed in. Oh, something happened there. Wrong guess. Shakespeare. I could have sworn that was right. So yeah, three riddles and 3 books to push in. Memoir. Something clicked into place. Don't need to do that one. Wrong guess. Right, so... Okay, so that's set in stone. No, oh, something clicks into place on that one. So this has an order to it. Trick book. Okay, so all of them are now in place. Hell yeah! A book fell off the shelf. All of that. Communicating with the recently deceased. Volume 1. Here's a page bookmarked. Instruction on how to turn a normal radio into a... Ah! The frequency we need to write down. The frequency in which we tried to guess in a previous episode or so. Okay, so 176.0 is where we are at. You figured it out? Color me impressed. It was just by guess. Work. That's all it is, guesswork. Yes, I would like to save the progression, please. Like, we're now back with our friend. So the radio it is then. Off to the radio. That. Some music from the station started playing. And the door opened. What? What the heck is in... Oh, another camera. Is the camera concentrated on a small peephole that leads into the next room? Guess it explains how she gets her footage. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Another one. And another one. Yep. And a phone. Yep. Oh. Really? The door's jammed? Typical. Jeez, don't we get some bad luck? Anything you could do, Ida? Step aside, dollface. Let me take a crack at it. Ida fades her hands through the door and tries the handle. No dice. But I can phase through it fine. Just fine. So maybe you can sit this one out and I'll scout ahead, yeah? I'll come on back if I find anything useful. Seriously? Do you expect me to just stand around in the dark and wait for you to come back or something? You got any better ideas? Unless we can do our mitts on a battering ram, we don't get much of a choice. Well, I'm going to just sit around in this creepy hallway for God knows how long waiting on you. Can you even get very far without me? You're still haunting my earrings, so you still need to be near me. You do make a good point, doll. Oh, I know. Just hand over your earrings then. Excuse me? If I'm holding the object I'm attached to, I can go pretty much wherever I want, right? Is that allowed? How should I know? It's just a hunch, really. But it's all we've got going for us. Fine, but I'm only giving you one earring. That way you can't go running off. Oh, come on, Patty. You really have so little faith in me? Where would I even go? I ain't a genie or some blank trying to skedaddle at the first chance I get. I don't got anywhere to be. Well, how am I supposed to know I can trust you? You could just be using me. You're pulling my leg. You don't trust me? After what I've done to help you? You cut me, Paddy. Cut me real deep. But fine. We'll do it your way. Just fork over the jewelry. Fine. Here you go. Damn, this is a bit sour. Paddy takes out one of her earrings and hands it to Ida, who shoves it into her pocket of her coat. I'm going to go sit in the foyer while I wait. Fine. I'll come find you when I'm done. Fine! I see you in a bit then. Alright, let's see what I can find. Let's see what we can find here. Damn it. God. Oh, this is a bit of a maze. A bit of a maze and a half. Right, there's a cage there. I'm assuming... Now, we're going to wait until next time, folks, before we come back into this game. There's a lot of to and fro throughout this game, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of accessing the same place over and over again in order to get to different points in the game. Sometimes it's necessary because it's like finding a key, like the lockpick key. Other times it just feels really out of place. But then again, where's there a game that's not out of place? So maybe that's just me over criticizing this game. But I really do like it, and I like the drama that's going on throughout this game between, let's say, the two actresses and now these two characters. No, fine and fine and fine and all that jazz. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you all in the next time of Ms.Director. I believe we are nearing the end of this game, so it could be the case that we've only got one episode left, and that's it. Then I'm quite disappointed because this is a really, really nice game. I feel like in years to come, this will be a classical RPG Maker horror game, like Eve, like Madhouse, like Umaniki, games like that. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves.